Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of the movie Mortal Kombat 2 that I watched on HBO Max. Because for some reason when I tried to on-demand it, it had the same kind of problem that I think I had with the last Mortal Kombat movie, where when I was trying to on-demand it or whatnot, it decided to have the American Sign Language thing on it, and there was like no option to pick it or not. It's like, give me the option if you please. But I overall had fun with this one. It has one of the probably the best fight scenes for like video game adaptation, but also just in general with what's kind of going on kung fu wise and CGI wise, where it's like, goddamn, you just deserve it on that fucking thing alone. And then you have Carl Urban as Johnny Cage in this, and they knew what they were doing with that character. The best kind of thing in this movie is it knows what kind of movie it is, and it does its fan service for the games and the fans well. It's not trying to do it to be like, oh, I got your money, bitch. Here's a little bit of that. Here's a little bit of that. No, this definitely has the thing of people who are fans respecting the material and doing it. Now, that doesn't mean everything works. It's a hot mess and a half where you're trying to thread in plots of what's kind of going on. You've got Johnny's whole thing kind of happening. You have Katana's whole thing kind of happening. And it's just like, okay, you got to juggle a lot of characters in this movie because we're actually in the fucking Mortal Kombat tournament, motherfucker. How you doing? And Liu Kang's got his whole thing. And his whole thing with Kung Lao and all that. It's just like, holy fucking shit. So we pretty much start off with a flashback of Shao Kahn taking over Edenia in the name of Outworld. We see Katana's father have a pretty good fight sequence with him, thinking that, oh yeah, he might come out on top on this, but Shao Kahn, of course, shows how he's able to kind of go through, deal with like certain damage, and just fucking take his ass down. The queen attempted to do some stuff, but saw that like her daughter was kind of like in trouble and just kind of acquiesced, and we see that Shao Kahn pretty much takes them as spoils, having her as like the queen consort and treating Katana pretty much as a daughter. We've got a kind of Thanos situation here, but it doesn't completely ape anything from Avengers on that kind of front, other than bad guy adopts daughter who's pretty much one of the heroes. So we get down to what's going on now. We get the idea, we see, let's see, that we get introduced to Johnny Cage, and he is this action movie star from pretty much like the 80s, doing 80s kind of style stuff. Seeing that kind of thing as he's doing all this stuff is just kind of nuts. But the thing is, as we're going through the movie, we learn he isn't just a washed up action movie star. He actually has some martial arts skills that he did stuff at an early kind of age. But it's 80s in the right way, where it's like, tossing like something at a woman with an RPG, and then the rocket being fired behind him, and then of course, cool guys don't look at explosions. The thing is, you can send up those kind of things, but you also have to be able to understand the appeal of those motherfuckers and execute it well enough to be like, okay, that's cool. So he's sitting at this con and everything, and like, yeah, I kind of got this. And we see that Raiden and Sonya, let me see, decide to go and get him. It's like, oh yeah, okay, you guys are freaking me the fuck out, but no. And he's putting all this shit because nobody came up to him. We see other people kind of like going around and looking at other people at this kind of convention, but not really him. But then we see that there's like cool cosplay, just leave me the fuck alone. And then Raiden, of course, does his magically hoopla, and he's like, huh, there's that thing. And it's funny because it's like, all right, the Mortal Kombat tournament's going on, and the gods have picked you to be on Earthrealm. It's like, what? I'm just learning this for like 5 seconds, but okay. We get, of course, reintroduced to Cole, Liu Kang, Sonya, Jax, and Johnny's like, I don't fucking want to do this. Raiden tried to get him to understand perspective and everything like this. He's like, I'm just gonna chill and fucking be kind of done with this kind of shit. And I don't really kind of blame him because he's like, this is kind of above my pay grade. And we see that everybody else has some kind of mystical kind of art or power thing to kind of like help them out. And Johnny's like, I'm just a fucking actor. What do you fucking want me to do? It's like, valid point. Okay, cool. But it really gets up into him when he starts like going into the acting kind of role because they're like, listen, just fucking act and do this kind of shit. All right. So Katana we see her kind of relationship with Jade, her kind of quasi sister, but she is doing her kind of best to work with Earthrealm to beat Shao Kahn because of all the stupid shit he's done to Adenia. Let's see here. And the thing is, Cole gets really fucked over. Now, he was kind of just like a bland character in there, kind of like the audience insert to kind of, oh, this person's outside of everything, so we're going to kind of make him the person that needs explaining for shit. It's like, all right, cool. Because you always have to have that kind of issue when you're trying to pretty much explain any kind of lore thing. It's like, okay, these people are part of this world. Why the fuck wouldn't they know it? So you had to pretty much have that kind of character kind of going on. However, Johnny kind of like takes on that role a little bit more, and Cole gets fucking thunder, raffle copper stomp like ain't nobody's business. Like, I understand the hate that kind of like was going on for him, but I'm like, god damn, you didn't. They just went fucking full ass Mortal Kombat on his ass as we get deeper into the tournament. It's like, okay, because he's like, I'm doing this to protect my wife and daughter. It's like, you're gonna die, aren't you? Like. Got a person landing that plane like, oh, death fatality? Right here, if you please. So, we see that the first ones pretty much picked are Johnny and Sonya. And Johnny is fighting up against Katana, and Sonya is fighting up against her mother, the Queen. And she does some crazy ass shit and is able to pretty much like kill her ass. However, they of course got the necromancer let me see, Shang Tsung, yeah. To pretty much deal with those whole kind of problems. He is able to resurrect Kung Lao and also Kano because Kano stole an amulet, and that's an amulet of Chinook, and we pretty much utilize it to get Shao Kahn to be immortal. But the thing is, they need to charge the fucking thing up. So we see that Johnny gets his ass kicked by Katana, but not in a complete and utter way where he's like, I'm laid up for 3 fucking months. But he loses, and Katana decides to not kill him, because you don't need to kill the people, but usually it's Mortal Kombat, so you're going to get that fatality, motherfucker. But, you know, like, oh, cool, so she's actually one of the good guys, and just tell that whoever goes up against Jade to go easy on her. It's like, yeah, you didn't kill my ass. But we see that it's like, oh shit, we got one, we lost one, that's not going to be good. Let me see. So we pretty much get the next round going on, and we have Kung Lao pretty much go in and slices Raiden's throat to be able to siphon off the magic energy, and they're able to do that, power up the amulet, but Kung Lao gets shaken off, and him and Liu Kang fight, and holy fucking shit. Let me see. We also get Jax fighting Jade, which is decent enough. I mean, he's able to kind of deal with her. They don't really go kind of crazy on her. It's that kind of push and pull kind of thing where you have to almost kind of pull your punches on certain shit. However, the Kung Lao and Liu Kang fight was fucking phenomenal. We get to see him utilize and be like, yeah, you fuckers didn't bring me back. The fucking Shao Kahn did and everything like that. I'm doing my shit. And Liu Kang's like, I will bring you back and I will save you as best as I can. And it doesn't look stupid at all. It looks like if you'd taken it from the game and put it in real life. And that's the best kind of praise I can give for this. Because the issue with other ones that are kind of going on is it almost, even though it's fun to watch, you almost get the sense of like people in cosplay doing their best. This is like martial artists that know how to make their punches look nasty and know how their powers kind of work. And just, it's that complete melding of like the actors knowing what to do and the people being able to use the CGI to make it look like it should. seeing his fucking hat flying around like the buzzsaw ass motherfucker it is, Liu Kang just utilizing his flame powers in a great way. The fucking arena changing as well to certain kind of movements and moods was fucking amazing. I'm like, yes, please, this. If anything, if you're a fan of action and fighting, you just need to watch this movie just for that one fucking fight alone. Because it's like 116 minutes, but it's like, god damn, that was worth it. Then we also see that Shao Kahn's powered up, and fucking Rafflecopter stops Cole. Like, he's like, fuck you, motherfucker. And he just like, just start cracking at Shao Kahn, but like, even though he's supposed to have taken him out, he's immortal. So he just fucking takes his hammer and smashes Cole's head in and pushes his body into like an acid poison lake thingy. It's like, wow. And we get the result that Liu Kang is able to take out Kung Lao, utilizing pretty much his own hat as well. And it's like, well, shit. So this is not good. So they pretty much are trying to figure out ways to depower Shao Kahn. So they get to pretty much... Catan is able to give them information about servants that are able to get into their kind of palace. The Tarkanans... This is where Johnny pretty much fights Baraka, pretty much calling his ass out, being the actor and everything. Butts it around as much as possible before being able to pretty much take him down a little bit and... get his respect to be like, you must teach me your ways and stuff like that. It's like, okay, holy fucking shit. Let's see how this kind of goes. It was an interesting kind of relationship. I'm like, this dude looks kind of scary and freaky. You would think he would be on like the other team, but he's like, no, he's helping him out. And it's like, alright, so Johnny still doesn't have his powered up move yet. So Katana is also captured by Jade and like chained up and all that. They're trying to get the amulet, but all hell pretty much breaks loose. Shao Kahn is able to pretty much dismantle Jax horrendously and then kill his ass. Sonya kind of like gets out. Let me see. Yeah, Liu Kang and Sonya are taken away for the next round of the tournament. We see that Kano is like, I like Earth Realm, so I'm going to betray those motherfuckers. He also got his laser eye back. By the, like, one necromancer kind of dude. He's like, alright, fuck it. These guys are assholes. I don't want Earthrealm to die. And he's just, like, being Kano. He's like, fuck this shit. So, Raiden's got enough power to send them to the Netherrealm. Because we see that Shao Kahn took the amulet and gave it to Bihan to hold it and be like, don't let these people do this shit. So they get there and they get a guide in, of course, Scorpion. And they then pretty much are trying to fight Bihan, which... is kind of weird because Bihan is more like, fuck you, motherfucker, I got Shadow Clone Jutsu, bitch! And just has one. I don't know if they were doing it for just to vary up the powers that have been shown, because, I mean, we saw him utilizing his ice powers. We'd see him utilize them again here, which aren't really that bad, but I was wondering, why are we doing this? Why does he have these shadow powers? What's in it for him? Could we have not have potentially given him some other kind of person to assist him in this endeavor if you were having problems of potentially trying to even out everything that's kind of going on? Because let's face it, Johnny doesn't have any kind of superpowers at the moment, so you got nothing really there. Kano's just going to do whatever he's going to do and going to laser eye motherfucker if he wants to. So it's pretty much kind of a level of hot potato where Scorpion and Bihan are really having the most kind of match kind of going on, where Johnny and Kano are able to get the amulet and kind of like fuck around a little bit before we get to a point where they like jack up and get Bihan pretty much down. And let's see, we got that there. I did that. But Johnny is able to get his kind of power with his kick, which was actually a pretty cool moment. It's just... Carl Urban just really makes it work out pretty well, and actually doing the kick was just really fucking awesome. I just like seeing all three of them work together to pretty much like take down and screw over this amulet and destroy it. Now, while this is going on, pardon me, we see that Liu Kang is killed by Shao Kahn. He's like, this isn't the end of me, motherfucker. I'll be back. Pretty much going off. in his flame style. It's like, what the fuck's kind of going on here? Now, I had to look that up because he evidently does become kind of like a fire god, at least in the game. So we'll see how that kind of works out here. Kind of, pardon me, taking the Raiden kind of place in certain kind of instances. But of course, Raiden kind of gets repowered up because of the amulet bit. We see that Sonya pretty much gets defeated, but we see that Kitana decides to renounce Outworld and then decides to fight for Earthrealm, and she has a really good fight with Shao Kahn. See, the thing is, this is balancing a lot of stuff, and I like all of their arcs, but it's just really kind of compressed with all of these characters, because you gotta deal with Johnny, get his power, you gotta deal with Kitana coming to her own, and kicking Shao Kahn's ass. Like, I like that. I liked seeing her go through her story, seeing what Shao Kahn has done to her, and then just completely decimating his ass and killing him with her blades that she had gotten from Jade was just awesome and cathartic. It's just a lot's kind of going on, and trying to balance each of those stories and trying to interweave them kind of falls a little bit. Like, the movie's not able to successfully do it all the time, but enough to make those kind of big moments that you need for those character arcs, like Johnny utilizing his powers, Kitana getting her win against Shao Kahn. Hit! At least for me. I could understand it if you're a big Mortal Kombat fan and be like, this is hokey-ass shit, and I've seen cosplayers do better. Granted, that can't happen. However, I will not take that on the Kung Lao fight. Alright, so we get everybody kind of reuniting with Kano. Quan Chi is captured, and they're trying to, like, revive other fallen champions. So we'll see how that kind of works for them. Johnny, of course, regaling Baraka with tales of how this kind of went on. And they're like, you're bullshit. Taking too many liberties and shit. And Raiden takes down Shang Tsung because he's like, I'ma kill Raiden! I'ma kill Raiden! Fuck, 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 fuck. He got his powers back. And he's like, yeah, I'ma stab you. It's like, well, how about them apples? Tingle fingers, bitch. So, I liked that we actually had a tournament kind of going on. I think most of the powers were overall very well represented, except in the case of, like, Bihan, of just being like, we're going to Shadow Clone Jutsu this dude and have him do a little bit of ice powers. I'm like, however, I do kind of understand it because they really did pretty well with his ice powers in the first movie, so you take what you kind of get, and you kind of want to see a little bit more of the kind of stuff with the newer kind of characters as well. Seeing Shao Kahn utilize his fucking hammer and shit like that. Johnny getting his powers. Kitana using those fucking fan blades of awesomeness. Jade utilizing her pole. Pole, bow staff. That one was kind of a little bit weaker because Jax is like, alright, I'm gonna take it easy on it. It was a very strange fight. Like, she was kind of trying to win, but you almost see it almost to the kind of thing of like, I don't want to really fuck you up, but I don't want you to fuck me up. So it was kind of a little bit like, the great, like, I can't overstate enough how great that Kung Lao Liu Kang fight was. That, I would actually, like, this movie has some problems and everything, but I would still hold this up and tell people, listen, if you're into Mortal Kombat, you gotta at least see this movie for that one fight. It just does what it's supposed to do, and I would put it on a being like best kind of video game adaptation stuff going on. We also got a like cameo with Ed Boon, I believe. Yes, being the bartender. Of course, as Johnny gets like sucked away in like the first round fight, as he's just sitting. And the one who's like, yeah, they should do more movies of your whole kind of thing. Is like, yeah, nobody would want to see that. It's like, I thought it was cool. I like that. There are people that do think that certain kind of things are cool, so they shouldn't be denied certain kind of stuff just because, like, the biggest kind of audience would do with other kind of things. And this is definitely made for Mortal Kombat fans. And I think in that regard, it works very well. Like, it knows what it's doing. Now, does that lead to some problems of, like, balancing characters, seeing what kind of goes on, and trying to fit this all in a little under 2 hours? Yeah. But I've seen far, far worse movies that have failed on, like, other kind of levels that didn't have the heart and love for the material that this does. And I think that does carry a lot of weight. And the actors work pretty well. I mean, there's certain kind of content that you're kind of going through. It's like, you can't really say that too much. But a lot of it, like, Johnny carries a bit of it. Liu Kang really is the kind of one of like, I'm trying to fucking work this shit, motherfucker. And Sonya and Jax are like, we're trying to do our best. We got introduced in this shit. What the fuck's kind of going on? And Johnny's like, you brought me in at the 11th fucking hour. And they're like, hey, maybe we should train this dude. He had like literally no fucking time. Like the minute he's like, I'm a peace out. And then got like called up to the tournament first fucking round. You ain't unlocking just shit in that time frame. But I would recommend this to action fans, definitely to Mortal Kombat fans, especially with what they kind of go on with the lore and world building. I thought it was enjoyable, and I had fun with it. So those are my opinions on the movie. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.